people, to me Anja, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a new recent reads video. The first book on this list is called The Wicked Deep, written by Shea Earnshaw. This is a YA magical realism story and I gave it 4 stars. It was so good. It's set in this town called Tehlor, where 2 centuries ago 3 sisters were sentenced to death and they drowned, and to seek revenge on the town they possess a girl each year and they roll a boy into the water and then they drown him. So Penny, our protagonist, has accepted the fate of the town. This is just the way it is around here, and that's just how it is. So her story kicks off when a new boy, Beau, comes into town and he has no idea of what he has tumbled into. So that's fun. The story was so good. I read a previous book by Shea Earnshaw earlier this year, Winterwood, in March, I believe. I think that this story is superior to it. This story was so good. I really enjoyed the atmospheric setting. The plot was so nice. The characters, the romance was just so wonderful, and the way that the story wrapped up was so great. I just really enjoyed how all these different elements weave together. It just made for a really good story. So the story was just so good, and I really enjoyed it. So I hope that you two will enjoy it too. The next book on this list is called Hunted by the Sky. This book is a YA fantasy and it follows 2 characters: a girl who wants revenge on the people who forced her into hiding because of her magical birthmark, and a guy who would do anything to save his terminally ill father. I enjoyed this book. The world building captivated me. The plot and the characters worked well together. It was just a good, solid, wonderful, intricate story. I just really enjoyed it. The world building was so good. The only 2 things that I didn't love about the story is that even though I rated it 4 stars, the things that are preventing me from rating it 5 stars is that the romance felt like it came out of nowhere. It had little to no development, and I truly felt like there was no chemistry between the 2 characters. And obviously for me to want to ship a couple, there should be chemistry established, and I felt like there was none. And also something that might have had something to do with that is that the chapters didn't feel like it was 50-50. You know, it was dual perspective, but I felt like the fable, it was more 65-45, which I didn't really like. So I feel like that hurt the potential for there to be chemistry between the 2 characters, because they didn't get equal amounts of page time, you know? But anyway, aside from that, I did rate this book 4 stars, and I am excited for the sequel to see what will happen next. The next book is another YA fantasy that I gave 4 stars, and it is Where Dreams Descend. This story was so good. It follows 2 characters. One, her name is Kalia. I think that's how you say it. Maybe it's Kalia. Anyway, she's a showgirl and she's determined to prove that she is the best. And the second perspective is Jamarco, who's the judge, and he has a dark past that he can no longer run away from. And they 2 have to work together because this story is set against the backdrop of a magical competition. I really enjoyed this book. The world building was so wonderful. It reminded me of Caraval and Ace of Shades and a little bit of the Night Circus. Maybe it's just because I just really enjoy circusy, competition, magical worlds. The story was so well done. I really enjoyed the characters. I enjoyed the romance. I enjoyed the plot, especially the plot twists. This story was so good. It's totally worth all of its hype. I'm so excited to read the sequel because I truly have no idea what will happen next. And I love it when a book leaves you wanting more, because that cliffhanger ending though, I'm so excited. And I cannot wait. I don't know when the sequel comes out, probably early next year, or maybe mid next year, I don't know. But basically, I'm so excited to see what will happen next. And please go read this book if you enjoyed Ace of Shades and Caraval. So, the next book on this list is called The Explorer's Code. This is a middle grade mystery and follows 3 kids who have everything they need to solve a decades-old mystery. The story was solid. The character development felt realistic to me. The world building was great. I enjoyed the action-packed, fast-paced plot. I liked that all 3 of the characters were intelligent in their own way. because I just love intelligent characters. You know, I hate it when only one of the characters is intelligent and the other two characters rely on them to like be smart, you know, because obviously intelligent comes in all sorts of different ways. But anyway, this story was solid. It kind of reminded me of like the York trilogy. So if you read that trilogy written by Laura Ruby, I would recommend this book to you. And honestly, if this story had sequels to it, I wouldn't continue the series because I ended up rating this book 3 stars, but not like 3.5 stars or anything. So, you know, I would recommend this story to other people who enjoyed middle grade mysteries, but like for me personally, I just wouldn't continue the series because it wasn't like all that. You know, like the York trilogy is definitely superior, if you know what I mean. So anyway, there's that. The next book on this list is called Miss Meteor. I enjoyed this book. I ended up rating it 3.5 stars. It's a YA contemporary story, and it follows 2 former best friends as they team up because one of them wants to run for pageant queen in a town where only white girls have ever won before, and the other girl decides to be her manager. I enjoyed this story. I liked it. I didn't love it. I completely understand why people find it to be so empowering. I like the pansexual representation and the trans representation. Also, I'd like to clarify, there's a video coming on the 10th of November where I said that I've never read a book before with a pansexual main character, but that video was filmed prior to filming this video, and I obviously hadn't read this book yet. So anyway, I just wanted to say that before you watch that video on the 10th of November and you say that you've never read a book with a pansexual main character before, but like you've read this book. So anyway, I just wanted to say that in case my statement in that video is contradictory, even though I know that when you're watching this video, the 10th of November is in like 2 or 3 weeks or something. Anyway, this story was solid. I enjoyed it. I liked the character development. I liked the representation, like I said. I liked the friendship between the 2 girls. It was good. It was solid. The only things, or a couple of the things that I didn't really love, is that the plot wasn't all that. Like, it was kind of predictable. The romance was kind of predictable. I didn't really care for the romance that much, you know? Because I was in it for the friendship between the 2 girls, you know? So that was the focus for me. That was solid. Also, the Stardust stuff, I didn't know if I was supposed to take that literally or figuratively. If I was supposed to take that literally, then I guess this book is a YA magical realism, kind of. But, you know, there's that. I gave this book 3.5 stars. I feel like this review is very all over the place, but like, welcome to my channel. So the last book on this list is called Spindlefish and Stars. This is a middle grade fantasy, and I gave it 4 stars. The story was so good. It follows Crow, who goes on a journey to find her father when he fails to show up one morning. So the story was so good. The world building was so captivating, and I think the story is inspired by Greek mythology, so we love to see it. Crow is such a resilient character. The world building and the plot were just so wonderful. I really enjoyed the story. I love adding fantasy standalones to my repertoire. I think this story is a fantasy standalone. I'm assuming so by the way that the story ended, but I don't know for sure. So if they're all sequels, let me know, because I would gladly continue the series if they're all sequels. But anyway, the story was so good. I would highly recommend it. I feel like I haven't really heard that much hype surrounding the story, and it's kind of underrated. So I would recommend it if you're looking for some underrated middle grade fantasies. This story is so good, and I just really enjoyed it. The world building was so unique and just so wonderful. The character development, great. The plot, great. This story is so good. And yeah, I gave it 4 stars. I think I already said that at the beginning, but yes. So in conclusion, the lowest rating book on this list was The Explorer's Code. As for the highest rating book on this list, since I rated 4 of these books 4 stars, my favorites of those 4 books were definitely The Wicked Deep and Where Dreams Descend. So anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please don't hesitate to give it a big thumbs up. Comment down below if you've read any of these books. Let me know what you think. Comment down below why you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel if you're new, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!